Welcome to Breakfast to Business, B2B episode number 2. And today we have something very special for you guys. I know that during the first episode, we had a special guest. We had our TeamAsia founder and president, Manette Hamlin, our dear mother ducky, talking about the awesomeness that started TeamAsia and how we were able to go through so many different highs and also our lows and trials, but most especially what we experienced in Hong Kong when SARS hit us in the early 2000s. And that was something that we wanted to visit because we are experiencing something that is quite the same. And we know that from her experiences or TeamAsia's experiences that this is just another crisis that everybody can weather if we all stick together, if we innovate, if we create, and if we don't sit still and actually just soldier on as a troop, as a community. So let's talk about the present on that note, right? The present, COVID-19. Well, it has sort of stopped the world, right? We are now on a standstill where we want to be able to flatten the curve. We want to do our part to make sure that we do not spread the virus and that we can make sure that our frontliners and health workers are prepared and that our health systems are prepared for whatever virus peak is happening. And hopefully we are actually able to flatten the curve in the next couple of weeks as well. So, about 30 days ago, we have been put on enhanced community quarantine, which is technically a lockdown, and our movements have been very, very limited, except to be able to get essentials and whatnot. And that has brought on the virtual workforce, wherein we had to move fast. We had to be agile to get everybody to work from home so that business can continue the best that we could, right? So we know that, COVID-19 situation has truly affected businesses, but it has also affected us, holistically, wherein we feel the after effects physically, emotionally, and mentally as well. And we have seen so many people, reaching out, asking, what can be done? How can we all come together to transition to the new normal? How can we create virtual communities because of the lack of, social gatherings? When you really want to talk to someone, you really want to visit your friend, you really want to tell people that you're not okay or that you have an idea that you want to share, but because our physical movements are limited, the birth of virtual communities have come up. And I love it. I love that people have become innovative, creative, and compassionate enough to build these virtual communities, which I believe we all need, especially in this time. So on that note, I guess what I want to be able to share is how COVID-19 has affected me, both on a personal and professional level. On a personal front, I have to be honest that, the first couple of days and weeks, it's but natural that anxiety and worry did hit me. I was worried for my family. I was worried for my team. I was worried for our company. I was worried for my friends. Because this is something that hits really close to home. You don't know when it's going to strike. You don't know when it's going to happen or to whom. And that caused a lot of worry and anxiety on my end. But it has also brought actually a time of reflection that I didn't know I needed and that I wanted. Sometimes when we live our busy lives, we forget to take a pause or a breather to just reflect and see, what can we do to take care of ourselves, to upskill ourselves, to discover new passions or projects for us, right? And I am thankful and I am blessed actually that we are able to take that pause and reflect and have some time to work on ourselves, right? So I think it has brought out the strength in every single person out there, and I'm looking forward to actually carrying that over when the COVID-19 crisis blows over. on the professional front, I think I've always liked working, at home where I am more productive and that I have my own space, I have my own time. And the quiet really does actually bring out the creativity, which is what I said during episode one, right, guys? So I actually like being able to spend time at home. And so, from a productivity angle, I feel that I've been very productive. But at the same time, I also feel that the want to be together with the team to brainstorm and feed off each other's energy is what I miss the most, right? And so it's been quite a roller coaster. Everybody has tried to be agile, fast, adaptive, and people really do make the most of this work from home experience. And I want to stop talking because I want to hear from other people on what they've experienced during this enhanced community quarantine and what they've done on their own to make sure that we make the most out of this time at home. How do we become productive, efficient, and work smartly while we're at home, but at the same time taking care of our own personal and mental health? So with me today, guys, are fantastic Team Asians that are going to share their great work from home experiences. And I'd like to call them in. I've got Daryl. Daryl is from our digital web IT team, and he will be sharing a lot of his work from home experience. I've also got Jenna. Jenna is from our experience department, and she does a lot of events, and she's been really working hard on putting or shifting our events to the online space. And I've also got Zeke with us. Zeke is one half of our twins in the office. Zeke is part of our creative department, and he is going to be sharing how he keeps creative in this time as well. So, hey guys, can I have my lovely Team Asian say hi to everyone?
Hello.
Awesome. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode 2. We have great WFH, great work from home experiences. So I'm going to be asking you guys a couple of questions. I would love to know your answers. Please share stories as much as you can, and let's inspire our listeners as we go through this work from home experience. Are you game? Are we good?
Game.
Let's go.
Perfect. All right. So my first question is, So I'll be asking a question, and then I'll call on the first one to say, so that we're not talking over each other as well. So in terms of our first question, I want to just ask you guys, how are you? How are you coping with this work from home setup? I know we talk every day, but I'd love to know your thoughts on this one. So maybe we can start off with Jenna. Hey, Jenna, how are you, and how are you coping with the work from home setup?
Hello, Bea. So far, it's week 5, but it's still challenging for me because para sa akin, for the longest time, the office space, being in the office space gives me discipline to really put myself in that working mode. What helps me to start the day in working mode is to be fresh. So I really take a shower, have breakfast, and then I have a routine, a morning routine. So I read a devotional, then I do some stretches, some yoga poses. So just to really start the energy for the day. And the freshness helps kasi like we have our EXT pull up every morning at 8:30 before our TA pop up. So if you ask the other EXT peeps, I'm always the one na game to put on my camera kasi fresh na ako. So that helps, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenna. I love it. Freshness is definitely, maybe we should change letter F, work fresh from home, right? In our WFH. All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Jenna. Hey, Daryl, how are you? How are you coping with the work from home setup?
Hi, Bea. From this, yung perspective from my end is a perspective from someone who just wants to go out to work and then come back home to his family. So ngayon yung work from home is combining the best of both worlds for me. So I get to be home, but I still get to work in the profession that I love. Uh, I get my kid to come and energize me every once in a while. Uh, Nami-miss ko yung mga kapatid ko sa department, sina Jeff and everyone. But I guess this is yung new normal, as they say. I'm very happy na we get to continue on making our clients feel our services and make ourselves useful during this time of COVID-19.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Daryl. Maybe you can tell your son to say hi.
Jason, say hi.
Hi, Jason. Hi. All right. Thank you so much, Daryl and Jason. Zeke, how are you? How are you coping with this work from home setup?
Hi, Bea. So for me, it's very interesting because I just started like really going into the work industry from graduating from college. So it's so different that, oh man, all of a sudden we're all of a sudden working at home now. And I barely do my homework at home. So like I want to be productive, so I go to a cafe or something. So now I can't even go there. So in terms of how I'm coping with it, similar to Jenna, it's also challenging. There's times that I really am productive. There's times that I'm really not productive. And how I cope with everything that's going on is really just spending time to reflect and to really pray and go through devotionals as well. But at the same time, also just like take breaks once in a while. So now that I'm at home, I find myself more, what do you call this? Motivated to take breaks and to actually eat and not just eat working in front of the computer. So yeah, that's my experience so far.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Zeke. That's awesome because I think, yeah, it was pretty different for you because it's your first work experience, right? And then suddenly, like, a couple of months after, we hit one crisis was the Taal volcano eruption, right? Early this year. And then suddenly we transitioned to COVID-19. So I know how, it must have really felt disorienting, right? But I'm glad that you're such a trooper and that you just soldiered on. So keep it up. I love, guys, that you brought out your own personal routines of how you are coping with this work from home setup because everybody has their own different routines, right? In the morning, even at the office, we have our own little traditions and rituals before we start the day. And here at TeamAsia, I think that that's one of the things that we had to be very quick on and saying that anything is possible, even if we're all not in the office, because we are a team that loves our traditions and rituals, and we've had to work fast getting that online. So just to give a sneak peek also to our listeners, what we've done as a team actually to cope with COVID-19 pandemic is that we wanted to make sure that we continued with our usual office banter. So we set up our morning pop-up. So pop-up is something that we coined, I don't know, about 6 or 7 years ago, wherein we stop working for just a time to bond as a family, to just connect as a family. We ring our bell in the office and just say, hey, stop working and let's all come together. And that's what we actually do online now. Every 9 a.m., sort of like an alarm clock rings and we come together to just bond as a family, to pray together, to share stories, to talk about our food, to talk about our families, our pets, and some stuff that will keep us going, right? We also have other virtual pop-ups. Like just last night, we had a quiz night over Kahoot. That was so awesome. That was so much fun. Our category was on music, and the last time it was movies. So that was pretty cool. Our team and client meetings are all online, which has also prompted us to, yes, continue to follow Project Sharp. The freshness game is real because, of course, we want to make sure that we continuously connect with our clients and our team and maintaining that virtual community. All right, guys. So let's go on to our next question. With everything that I shared about our work from home setup, what for you is your most memorable work from home experience to date? Hey, Daryl, I'm going to call on you first. Go ahead.
Yeah. The most funniest thing that happened in this work from home is that I had a client meeting somewhere on the afternoon. When the call was set up, it was ongoing, and then suddenly my nephew and my son playing together, and they were starting to play a little bit more loudly than I would like. So I had to run outside the home, and then my dog started barking outside. So I had to go up to my bedroom to just finish the call a lot more quietly. So that was a very funny situation for me because I had to run around my small space that I call home just to finish up my meeting.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Daryl. Maybe our pet and kid noises also give character, right? I mean, we're all working from home and, we do what we can. All right, cool. Thank you so much, Daryl. Hey, Jenna, are you there? Are you game?
I'm here, yes. For me, my most memorable work from home experience so far was our first virtual pitch. At first, it was a challenge to research and push out those ideas, but I was amazed with how the teamwork was still able to sustain even over just hangouts and calls, and it brought out our creative juices. So that was a fun experience.
I know, super Jenna. Like every single time I did come into those meetings, I felt the energy. I felt the excitement of everybody. I felt the determination of everybody to just say, "Hey guys, sandali lang. Let's all keep it on track. Like let's just go towards this direction." So, hey Zeke, how about you? What's your favorite experience?
My most memorable experience is actually related to Jenna's. Then, it was when I was working on the key visual for the whole thing. I just went outside to my garage. I was really hitting a creative block, and then I just took a break to put down my laptop and really just looked at the leaves and looked at the sky, and I came up with an idea. This is this aha eureka moment, and it really just made me understand the whole idea of the pitch at the first place. Then I said, okay, now that I'm inspired, I'm gonna try to illustrate that in the KV.
I'm going to now call it your garage moment. You do know that TeamAsia started in a garage, right? 28 years ago. So that's why this is like amazing that you have your own garage story. I would like to go into something funnier and something lighter, and I really want to know your answers to this question, which is, have you ever had any funny teleconference experience? All right, maybe we can start with Zeke. Hey Zeke, what was your funniest teleconference moment?
Okay, so mine was, I think it was very recent lang, but basically, so during the teleconference, we're just listening to one person speak, and all of a sudden, the connection, I mean, like her voice got cut off. But for me, it was very funny because there's a very long, awkward silence. Like, okay, is he gonna say anything? Is that it? But do I go in now? Do I say something or not? So there's no cues at all. Unlike when you're in person, you can kind of tell when someone's done talking. But online, you don't really see the person, especially if you don't open on their video. So it's like, when do I go in? Do I start or not? Parang ganyan. That was my funny moment.
Hey, Daryl, how about you? What was the funniest experience you had?
Funny experience. Okay, we had a client call at that time, and the client call was like really it was like really a push to us that, hey, are you doing this? Are you really making yourself known? So the day before, I had prepared all my scripts. I did all my videos. I take screenshots. I take everything. And then when the meeting rolled out and I was given the floor, I steamrolled. That's the word I'm gonna use. I steamrolled throughout the meeting, saying and showing people that our work was at par or even far more better than what was expected. So at that point in time, I just steamrolled with all my videos, all my screenshots, and they were silent. After that, I turned off my mic, I turned off my video, and I just did an angry but happy rain dance, saying, "Hey, we I showed you guys, we're the best."
That is so funny. So you were doing your power dance, Daryl, after you steamrolled.
Yeah, that was like I steamrolled, and then I touched on a football perspective, I touched down, I threw the ball, and I did a chicken dance right after.
How about you, Jenna? What was your favorite work from home moment?
My favorite and funniest work from home moment was also recent. Kasi my mom also started watching Crash Landing on You. And she was enjoying it so much. Kasi I work in the room on the second floor. So whenever she finishes an episode, she would go up into the room and then do a random shout like, Siri! Or Captain Ray, la la la. So parang ako, pag nasa call, stop, call. As in every day, which is cute.
I feel you, girl. I feel you. I think my funniest work from home teleconference moment was it was too funny because we have morning pop-ups, right? And I'm the one who sends out those calendars. So there was this, I think I was working on something. I lost track of time. I clicked on a calendar invite and went on the pop-up, right? And I usually don't wait when I just when I say join the call, I'm like, good morning, guys. I was like so energetic. I was like, how are you? I love this bright and shiny morning, blah, 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 blah. And nobody was on the call for like a long time. And then I realized I was on the wrong day. That was hilarious. I was like, oh my God. So thank you so much. I have one last question before my trick question, right? What's your favorite part of working from home? I would love to know what you guys think about this. Maybe, Jenna, we can start with you. What's your favorite part of working from home?
It's seeing the sunset daily. Kasi in my parents' bedroom, where I work is right beside a window. So on this side, window na yan. And it has a great view of the sunset. And I love that I get to see it daily. Kasi our work requires us to be in the office from 9 to 6. And most of the time, diba, we extend. So it's almost always a miracle when we get to see the sun after work. So I really value that time. And it's also a reminder for me that despite everything that's happening right now with the crisis, and no matter how my day or our day went, the sunset's there and there's the beauty. So yeah, that's my favorite part.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Jenna. I love the sun. The sun is just such a bright and shiny ball of energy. If you love the sunsets, I love the sunrise. That's the reason why it's called breakfast to business, right? Because I love the morning. So yeah, the sun for me is always a ray of hope. It's like a reminder that there are brighter days ahead, right? Cool. Thank you so much, Jenna. Hey, how about you, Zeke? What is your favorite part of working from home?
I think for me, my favorite part of working from home is really the unique experience it gives for someone like me. As an introvert, it kind of marries my introvertedness with my productiveness at work. So for me, I think that's my favorite part is that I get to be by myself sometimes, just in my room, really just locked up, but enjoying myself because I'm also getting energy just by being by myself. And I find myself then more, it's like I can talk to people more easily. I can just like send people messages more like that. So I think that's what I like the most about working from home is that I get to connect with kind of just be by myself, like let my thoughts flow through my mind in the room and like fill it out. Then also express it immediately on maybe art or just by communicating to someone. So yeah, I think that was my favorite part of just working from home.
I love that. It's like coming out of your shell almost, but virtually. And so it's like, you feel great, you're productive because, sometimes we just want to retreat to ourselves, right? And we're like, maybe I'm allergic to people right now, but I love them. I love people, but right now I just need to be alone. And that's perfectly fine. And that's amazing. So anyway, cool. Thank you so much, Zeke. All right, Daryl, you're up next. Favorite part of working from home?
Favorite part of working from home is this kid, actually, here.
Oh,
Being able
Jason!
say hi, Jason. Hi. So being able to spend time with my kid, so I don't have to worry being far from him. I we can have a bonding time. I can bond with my wife every now and then. We're watching right after work. Instead of me traveling back home, I can just easily close my laptop and then spend time with my wife and my kid and enjoy right right after a hard day's work.
I love it. Thank you so much, Daryl. That's so beautiful because I love it. I love it that I get to spend time with my family. I mean, you know what? Team Asia is a family business and we're always together. But, at the same time, we're just so busy that there are times when you don't get to really talk, like, talk, like, have like a long, funny, deep conversation, which you crave for on weekends. You get to have it every day, right? That's pretty cool that we all have like our own favorite, little nooks and cranny, being able to find the silver lining and all of this, right, guys? So I think that what makes great work from home experiences, what makes it great is your perspective, right? I think that like we can all have these tips, tricks, the major hacks of how to do it well, how to outbest the other thing that you just did, or all of that, or the best practices. But I think the best practice really that we have to go into is ourselves. Like, what is your perspective of work from home? How do you actually want to do it? What's your own jam, right? What will work for you? Because you're in your own space, you are in your own time, and we're all in this crisis together. And it's like being able to show the world what is your own best practice instead of just listening to what the experts are saying, right? So I think that that's really what makes great work from home experiences great, right? So thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this conversation. I do have one last question. I told you guys I'm not gonna let you guys off the hook. If we were to change W in the WFH, what would be your W? Let's do this. I love this. All right, maybe Jenna, you start this off.
My new W is Wosome. Wosome from home.
Wosome from home. Absolutely love that. Thank you so much. Hey, Daryl, how about you?
Mine would be wacky because it's been whack.
I love it. Wacky from home. I love it. Now you have to take a photo and send it to everybody, right? On your own wacky experience. Absolutely love it. Yes, I'm with you. Hey, Zeke, how about you? What is your W on this WFH?
My W is weird from home.
Weird. I love it. It's like we can be weird together and apart. I love it. Absolutely love it. Mine would be wine from home, like a glass of wine. I actually got that from Shu, our executive creative director. We were just in a meeting and we were like thinking about, how to wind down from the day. And she was my last meeting of the day. And I said, want to get a drink? And she was like, yeah, for sure. Let's wine from home. Absolutely love that. Anyway, so, again, going back to the work from home experience, I think what I loved most about this conversation, guys, is that you gave your own stories, you gave your own insights. We have our own preferences, we have our own routines and rituals and traditions. And I think that that's the food for thought that I want everybody to take away from the experiences of Zeke, Jenna, Daryl, right? Guys, is what makes a work from home experience great is how you're going to change that mindset, how you're going to keep yourself positive, optimistic, how you're going to power through with your own rituals and your own thoughts, right? Because we may have all of the best practices in the world, but if you're not in tune with what your body or what your mental state needs, then it's going to be a tough battle. So thank you so much, guys, for being such great troopers and sharing your stories. Now, guys, the COVID-19 pandemic is here. It's real. It's affecting us both personally, professionally. It affects our mental state, our emotional state, our physical state, right? And we see that this is going to continue for a little while, right? And so we feel that the past few weeks have given birth to adaptability to whatever it is that comes our way and how we're actually going to bring it forth, right? And it has given birth to a lot of innovation, creativity, and ways of working that will transition us to this new normal that everybody's talking about. I see the word new normal in every single email, in every single text, or discussion that I see online now, and it's also because it's true. We are entering uncharted territories. Everybody is in this together. We are in this new normal together. In fact, the new normal is being defined as we speak, and it's going to continue to be defined, and it will continue to evolve. I feel that we are going to see a more virtual world. If we thought we had a virtual world before, we are going to continue seeing it, and it's going to continuously evolve. It's going to continuously innovate. It's going to continuously surprise us. So we're going to see a lot of folks transitioning to the virtual space or the online space. These can be professionals, these can be businesses. If we were preparing for it before, guys, this big experiment has launched us, has made us jump into it forward. We're in this space now, and what we're going to see in the next couple of days, weeks, and months is really us creating our own virtual space with our own businesses, with our own professions, and seeing how we can continuously adapt our businesses into that new model, right? But I'm going to see that a lot more people are going to see the virtual space as somewhere where they can play, somewhere they can learn, some place where they can work, and some place where they can succeed. And that's going to be a very, very interesting transition. I can't wait to see actually what's in store for us, because I think we're going to be continuously surprised and inspired by all of these innovations that will be coming our way in the next couple of months. People are also going to crave for engagement and interaction, especially when lockdowns or ECQs are slowly going to be modified or taken out, right? I see that people are going to crave interaction and meaningful engagement, and we as people, we as brands need to be prepared for that onslaught, right? Of, I want to connect with you, I want to be part of this journey, I want stories, I want to feel that I can resonate with people, I want to feel relevant. And I think that our job is to create and continue creating a virtual community, a meaningful community where people can continue engaging, interacting with one another, and defining this new normal together. All right, so I think that is up for episode number 2, which is great work from home experiences and also what we can expect for the new normal. If I were to leave you with another food for thought that we can all, I guess, reflect on or appreciate after this, is that, guys, the name of the game now is survival of the fittest, right? The most agile, the most creative, the most determined will win the game. But I'm also going to tell you that to be able to do that, you need to also pause. You also need to reflect. You also need to give yourself that space and that time to be able to innovate, to be able to create, and to be able to push this forward so that you've got that powerful energy in you to make sure that happens. Well, that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining Breakfast to Business with TeamAsia. Once again, I'm Bea, Managing Director of these really cool and awesome talents that I call my family. See you for our next episode. Our next episode is pretty cool. Just a quick intro on that one. It's going to be our top picks for everything that's cool that we've experienced and discovered during this quarantine period. See you then, and take care of yourself. Stay safe, guys. Thanks. Bye.